What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yo, it seems like it's been a little minute, ain't it?
It seemed like it, but I mean, hey, we still here every Tuesday, live and direct.
Sorry, let me adjust this real quick there we go. Bring you down to my level a little bit.
Perfect. Gucci, man. How you
go.
doing? How you doing, man? Let's start off with that. How you doing, brother?
Bruh, what Charlamagne the guy say? Hey,
blessed, black, and highly favored.
Highly favored, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it, man. You know, I seem like I always start off with this, but you know, I got to give a big congratulations to the co-host. What is this? The 5-time in one season?
6
times in one season.
Wrapped up number 6, man.
6 pro shows. And I thought about something yesterday, and this is to start no mess, no drama. But there has only been 2 pro winners in the OCB this year Classic. Literally 2 people, meaning you have won every show but one this year. So you have there's so much momentum going into the Yorton, man. And one, it shows resiliency. It shows, you know, determination, because we all know, like, there's a lot of things that you don't outwardly speak about, but you know, the stuff that's going on with your mother. And for you to persevere through all of this stuff and push to every show, travel, which we know these checks ain't paying for, you know, tickets. They're not paying for travel. You're doing this really because you love the sport. You're a true ambassador of the sport. You're showing up to competition and winning. Like, you're not getting handed these shows. There's tough competition at each one. So major kudos to you, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, for real.
I think it's one thing of when you say something, I could say this all day behind closed doors, but it's a different thing when you can outwardly speak public in front of other people to see and for them to actually realize the magnitude of what you're really doing this season. So definitely wanted to start with that. I will let you get into, you know, some recaps and things of that nature, but major shout out to, was it 3 pro divisions at this show or more than that?
So you had bodybuilding classic, bikini, figure.
Okay.
I think that was the 4.
Okay. So this was, we're going to start terms, and, you know, usually when we start terms, they carry. So I'm gonna call this a super pro show, and the reason I say that is because they have more than just male, more than just women. You know, there's some shows where there's just men, there's just women, but let's just say it's a super pro show just because they have men and women categories. Let's just put that out there and see if people run with it. You were there, so kind of give us a gist of, you know, how was Minnesota? How was the venue? How was the show? We know that the athletes were top caliber. We had 3 Yorton Cup winners take a title there, but you'll get into that. So just kind of give us a recap.
I mean, from my sign-up process, all the leading up to the show, clear slice communication, and that's what we all like. You know, clear communication. The promoter was very hands-on with his emails, explaining everything, the check-ins. I think there was even a map that he sent out where the host hotel and the airport and all of that, which the host hotel was in a good area. It was literally like 5 to 8 minutes away from the airport. So that was really great. And from the host hotel to the venue, I think it was like another 15 minutes. Okay. Host hotel was literally 2 miles from the Mall of America. So if you were interested in the Mall of America and that's something you wanted to go do, literally 2 miles down the road. So the location itself for the show was awesome. I really didn't get a chance to explore. Marcus Harris did try to set me up. He tried to get me on my feet all day Friday, walking around. Couldn't do it. So funny story. We found this trail. It was like a wildlife center right across the street from the hotel. And we literally took videos just in case we got lost. Like, hey, if y'all found our phones and not us, hey, a bear came and got us, man. It was just like a trail in the woods and shit. So that was pretty neat. The show itself, man, check-ins was smooth. The show itself, man, that thing ran so smooth, man. So smooth. He was on time with everything. You knew exactly when you were going on. The thing that I do like about what he did, he gave out a best poser for each category, which I thought was pretty cool for pros and amateurs. So let's say you didn't take home the overall win, you could have took home the best poser award. And I know a couple people were just excited about that. Like that's why they came. They wanted to get the best poser award. So that was pretty cool. Man, the talent that I seen on stage, whether it was men's physique, classic, bikini, figure, like everybody brung it, man. And like you said, the three Yorton Cup winners actually won each category for the pro show at this show. Shout out to Marcus, he won. Jillian, she won. And Tracy, she looked phenomenal. I actually got to talk to her Friday at the host hotel, and I had no idea she was hot in that physique up on her clothes, man. She was shredded to the gills on Saturday. I was like, holy cow. So major shout out to her, dude. But that's all the rambling I'm gonna do, bro. So whatever questions you have, let me know.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I was able to catch a few pictures afterwards and things of that nature. And I like the concept of the, best poser and that being announced like, hey, we are doing a best poser award because it kind of puts people on notice like, hey, we don't want you to just feel like you're getting compared and your presentation doesn't matter, right? I think we all have been in a space where we thought like, dang, man, I pose really well. And it gets overlooked or someone says, hey, that doesn't count towards your score or whatever. So I definitely appreciate some places that does that, but then it also depends on you can't do that at like a Yorton, right? It's too
Right.
many daggone people.
Yeah.
I think usually that could be, judged during the comparison round. Like, hey, who caught your eye the best? Who caught your eye the most? Who was hitting their poses the best? That could be a
Right.
thing. But for the Viking, specifically, man, what was the main highlight? Like, I see you taking pictures with people. What was the main highlight of maybe the production? Like, I think I seen. I don't know if it's the same guy from Los Campanos, but I seen like the live stream bits and pieces of it, and he was like live commentating it. I think I
Yeah.
enjoyed that from a viewer standpoint. But what do you think?
That was pretty dope. First, let me shout out Lowe's Campanos Gym because they actually did let me lift at their facility. The one I went to, I think I forgot where it was, but it was dope, man. One of the dopest facilities I ever been in. When I say this man had everything imaginable to work out, he had it there. So major shout out to him. But yeah, so the commentator was really good. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's also the commentator for Mr. America.
Okay.
But yeah, he had like a camera right in front of him, and there was a big screen overhead, so like you could see everything right there. And I didn't notice it until I actually walked into the crowd. I looked up and I seen them with the live stream on. So that was pretty dope production wise. I'd never seen nothing like that, before.
So how was like the venue? Because I think this can definitely be an outlet for you, but you done did about every pro show. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure when people have questions, they can ask you like, "Hey, what was your experience here?" Although your experience is just one person, and it also
Right.
is from the pro level, but you can actually explain like all the different things of what you went through and kind of your total experience. So I wouldn't say let's not compare, but when it comes to like venue and overall experience, would you rank it pretty highly on the
Yo,
compared to what
absolutely,
you did?
man. And for me personally, I like when the promoter has bands and weights backstage, and they
Mm,
had that.
mm.
So that was a big plus in my book. And just having room, like man, like I can't explain it, but the holding, I call it a holding cell. We're not in jail, but I call it a holding cell because we actually had to go through somewhere else to get on stage. But where he had us, the warm up area, I call it the pump up area. Pump up area, man. He had mirrors all over the place, dude. Had like 20 bands on the floor. So you know how you go to some shows, they be like, hey man, can I use your band? Because there ain't no bands around. You didn't have that problem this show. He had plenty of bands, a couple dumbbells for us to pump up at. So I think that was pretty dope. Like I said, man, his expediters did a great job. We knew when we was going on stage. We knew exactly what was happening at all times. So very well ran show for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So of course we'll move to the next topic, which will be super short. You know, we're 2 weeks out from the big show, the big dance, and things of that nature. This can kind of be a pro tip, you know, I guess coming from you. For someone who has ran the gauntlet this year, what has been, I guess, one or two things that, you know, made you be able to focus on the show that was at hand, you know, short term, but then also never lose sight of the show that was long term, which is the Yorton.
Absolutely. So as you just stated, like Yorton is the Super Bowl, right? Like for me, all these shows in between, I'll call them my playoffs, right? So you can go undefeated through the playoffs, but if you lose a big one, it really doesn't matter. So that's my motivation behind this, man. Like, okay, I won these 6. Now I need to win this one coming up right here. And that will solidify everything that I've done this year. And truth be told, people think I just came up and, you know, decided to do these shows this year. You can ask my coach this. Last year, after I stepped off the Yorton Cup stage, I said, I'm running the gauntlet next year. I want to do every pro show on the books that I can and go into the Yorton. Reason being, one, certain judges ain't used to seeing certain athletes. So that's one reason why I wanted to do it. Number 2, I wanted to help support great promoters. I wanted to be able to step on this person's stage and be like, yes, this promoter is great. Or, hey, yeah, I wouldn't deal with this promoter from my perspective, my experience, right? So I wanted to have that under my belt also. And I have not been let down this year, man. Every stage that I stepped on, man, the promoters have been super, super great, super supportive. I'm glad I stepped on their stage. So that was a great feeling within itself, man. So we always preach about how bodybuilding is boring and, you know, athletes don't come out into, you know, the big championships. It's up to us to change that, right? And on the promoter side, you have to give the athletes, you know, something to come out for. If you're throwing a sloppy show, then the top athlete's not going to want to come to your show.
All right. So it just sounds like they're like, hey, we need a quality product for us to support. So if you're giving a quality product, then of course you can get athletes there. And the one thing, like I said, I kind of go back to the beginning of the episode is no one can say like, oh, what he's saying is invalid. Like, no, he showed up, he went there, and he actually has an experience from that show. So it's not like we're just saying, oh, this is a bad promotion, this is a good promotion. Like, he's really been there. He's really telling y'all like, hey, I would do that show. You know what I mean? And that also helps from your coaching standpoint. Like, hey, I'm thinking about going to this show. Hey, I did that show last year. I loved it. The promoter was super great. Yeah, we'll go support that show again. So major kudos to that and being able to give, you know, real feedback to these shows.
Absolutely. And the people too, bro. Like, man, when I say like just the people, even at this show, just the amount of love and support, the picture taken. Hey man, I know you off of let's talk about it. Like, it's just, man, the love be so real out here for real.
No.
So
Okay. And I said I didn't have a top 5, but I don't. I have a top 3, you know. Usually that's in the checks. And this may be anybody who are, let's just give shout outs. Like I know that there's some pages that randomly just post athletes and things of that nature. But coming from the space we're in, we see different people doing major things or different things. And it could be for the Yorton, it could be for, you know, Mr. America, it could be for whatever show. But I want to list maybe if you got 3 athletes that may come to you that you see them doing big things that may not get the recognition, or they may be getting the recognition that people should look out for.
Dang, you put me on the spot right now, man.
I mean, I have one. We could go back. I have about three. We could go back and forth.
All right,
If
go
you want.
ahead.
So my first one, because people say we don't show women no love, is Elle Camille. She won Scorcher, and then I think she went and won a PNBA Pro Show as well. I think if she shows up to the Yorton, that will be a name. I don't. That will be a person that we will see in that final call out at the Yorton.
Okay. I mean, I would have to go with Jillian, the
Okay.
current Yorton Cup champion. She has not been scared to pop out and show people what it is. I think this was her third show. She did Colorado, Apex, and Minnesota. And that's a brave thing to do, knowing people are trying to take your head off. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see her in 2 weeks at the Yorton. So that'll be my first one for sure.
Yeah, and just before I go too far, if we don't say your name, don't take a slight. Don't be like, oh, they're not calling my name. Like, some of y'all are expected to win. Some of y'all we expect great things from, and some of y'all like we just see other people doing things, and this is just our opinion. So I have two more athletes. One is a good friend of yours, Dr. J. Wright. He has done. He hasn't did as many shows as you this year, but I think he's undefeated for the year as well. I think he did 3 to 4 shows, and he just won the Summer Shredder, which is a NPC show. He also won the Tampa Fit Fest, and he did Florida Pro. So he's doing really good shows, really top shows, and he's winning, like yourself. So I want to give him a shout out as well, just off the strength of someone who is consistent year over year. Like the other classic guys that we always mention.
Absolutely. My second one would be Nate. He actually competed with me this past weekend, and the reason why he went to presidential, placed third against two other people that was top 3 at the Yorton, right? And then he comes to Minnesota and he placed his second. Our vibe was great backstage. We was sitting there chit chatting like, "Hey man, let's go put on a show for the people. Let's push each other," and that's exactly what we did. So I know he's getting ready for the Yorton too, and I wish him all the best. I know he's going to bring it. He has amazing physique, but I think he flies under the radar too. I think this was his second show of the year, but he's definitely one that flies under the radar.
Yeah, and lastly, I said this guy name way too many times on this show. But I still have to continue to mention him. And that's Nathan Parker. He has 5 pro wins on the season. And I think the one thing is that we always say about certain athletes is they compete in their own backyard, right? Oh, that's what they used to say to us. Oh, you only compete in your own backyard. I think he has won shows in 3 shows, 2 shows in the OCB this year, and 3 shows in the USBF. So when you have a physique that not only transcends in one organization but can cross over to other organizations, because the fact of the matter is, just because you have a winning physique in the USBF doesn't mean you'll win in the OCB, and vice versa. Just because you have a winning physique in the OCB doesn't mean you'll win in the PNBA. So when you have a physique that transcends organizations, that is something to definitely shout out. So shout out to Nathan Parker, 5-time pro champion. I think he's still trying to chase you, but I think he will be doing big things at the Yorton as well. And he flies. This is funny because he flies under the radar, literally. You never know where he's going to pop out at.
Right, and I think my last one, I'm probably being a bit biased here, but my last one would have to be my classic physique client, Javier Sanchez. He did no gear, came up short. He wanted to keep going. We did low country, got second, came up short, right? And now we're pushing forward. We got another show coming up this weekend. And he's just been a dog, man. Like, he just want to keep going. He has a goal in mind, and he's not going to stop until we reach that goal. And I feel like we're right there. So, man, just seeing his determination and his consistency and his dedication to the sport, honestly, as a coach, it makes me want to push harder. You know what I'm saying? So if he can do it, I know I can do it. So that would have to be my third one right there for sure.
Perfect. Okay. Guys, got some amateur love. Might got to bring somebody on soon. So we're gonna wrap with that. Just let you guys know, of course, we have 2 weeks until the Yorton Cup. Of course, Yorton recaps will be coming after that. And then also we are still looking for people for cardio talk. We may still continue that a little bit into the off season, because just because the Yorton comes does not mean people are in the off season. People still need content. Other than that, we definitely want to still shout out our sponsor, ChulaWear. So if you need any shorts, trunks, robes, flip-flops, anything you need, go ahead and use those codes eShell10 or Carolina Muscle. Also, we are looking to take on a few clients. So if you guys are interested in competing, know someone interested in competing, make sure you hit our Instagrams at Carolina Muscle or at E_Shell10 or at Egoless Strength. Boy, I need to do a read with all of this stuff so I can just hit a button.
And just for the record, I don't know about you, but I do take males and females. So okay. I have female inquiries too. Yes, I do take females.
Gotcha. Yeah, I take a few females, not too many. So I do have a few, but moving on with that, we appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment. We'll try to keep the content coming as always. But until next time, y'all.
Peace.